Some of the basic terms of accounting. Entity, a business organization having distinct and independent existence from the proprietor. Business transaction, any events which can be expressed in terms of money or any dealings between two or more persons where the transfer of money or its equivalent take place, that is called as transactions. Example, purchase and sale of goods, cash paid on account, expense paid and incomes received. These all about business transaction. What do you mean by net worth? So the total amount of capital plus undistributed profit, that is reserve, that is nothing but net worth. The next, capital, the amount invested by the proprietor, partners and shareholders in the business. It is the excess of the assets over the liability on a given date. That is current capital equals to assets minus liabilities. Drawings, the amount of goods withdrawn by the owners or proprietor from the business for his private use or household requirement, that is nothing but drawings. Assets, the resources acquired by the business from which further business benefits are expected to follow the enterprises or proprietaries belonging to the businessman, and also amount received from the others. That is, assets included fixed as well as current assets. Liabilities, the amounts payable by the business to the others, like example, creditors, loans and so on. Debtors, a person who pays or owes money or something to others. Usually he is the buyer of the goods on the credit basis. Creditors, a person to whom money or something is owing by others. Usually he is a seller of the goods on the credit basis. Solvent, a person who is in the position to pay his debts. He is a person whose assets are more or equal to his liability. He is a solvent. Insolvent, a person who is not able to discharge his debts, or when his liabilities are more than his assets, then he is an insolvent. Goods, these are the commodities in which the proprietor or the traders deals. The article or things held by the proprietor or trader with an intention to sell the same to the customer. The usage of goods differs from one business to another business. Purchases, when goods are bought by a trader either for cash or on the basis of credit with an intention to sell them to the customers, that is known as purchases. Sales, when the goods are sold by the trader either for cash or on the basis of credit to the customer, then it is nothing but sales. Purchases return, when the goods are returned by the traders to their suppliers out of the purchase already made from them, they are called purchase return, or return to the suppliers, or return outwards. So sales return, when the seller receives the goods back out of the goods sold from the buyers or the customers due to some reasons, then it is called as sales return, or return from the customers, or return inwards. Account, it is a statement recording all business transactions relating to the person, property, income, expenses or the services during a particular period and showing current balances of the money held or due. In this statement, actions are recorded in words and figures. Account AC, that is A bar C, is the short name for accounting. While writing A bar C, we will write as accounts. Entry, the written record of the transactions in a journal is called an entry or written record in the books of accounts. Folio, the page number in the journal or ledger, that is called as folio. That is, while writing accounts, we will write LF, ledger folio. Like folio means that is the page number in the journal or a ledger. Carried down, that is C bar D. It is a term used to write the balance amount while balancing of an account or the ledger side of an account. Brought down, it is a term used to bring down the balance amount of the previous period to the next period in the same accounts. Carried forward, that is C bar FD. It is a term used at the end of the page to indicate that the total amount has been carried forward, transferred to the beginning of the next page. Brought forward, it is a term used at the beginning of the page to indicate that the total of the last page is brought forward. Stock, it is the total of goods kept on hand by a trader or commercial established or manufacturer. It is the unsold part of the goods lying in the business house on any given date. That is nothing but stock. That is stock. That is lying in the business house, or it is an unsold part. Expenses next. The amount spent in conducting of the business activities are known as expenses. That is nothing but salary, example salary, rent paid, and so on. Losses, it is a depletion or decrease in the value of any assets without resulting in any revenue or benefits. Income, income refers to the earnings of the business. It includes sales proceeds of the goods, receipts for the services rendered, and interest earned and dividend received. These are all about income. Gains, gains refers to the appreciation in the assets, in the value of assets, profits or the sales of the assets. Cash transaction, cash transaction on the basis of cash, a transaction which involves either the immediate payment of cash or receipts of a cash is known as cash transaction. Example, payments of cash for purchases, for salary, for wages, and so on, or receipts of the cash for sales, for commissions, for interest. This is all about the cash transaction. Credit transaction, so credit transaction, when the payments or receipts of cash in a transaction is postponed to the further date, is called as credit transactions. Example, purchased goods of rupees 5,000 from Radha on credit, sold goods to Ashoka of rupees 1,000 on the basis of credit. Here cash doesn't appears. On the basis of credit, they will buy and sell. Debit, so it is the left hand side on the balance sheet, or it would be on the left hand side of an account when the account is in T format. It is abbreviated as DR. Debit, it is abbreviated as DR. Its meaning is due for that. So that abbreviation DR, that is debit, its meaning of debit is due for that. So next, credit, it is the right hand side of an account when the account is in the T form. It is abbreviated as CR. So what is the meaning of CR? That is credit. its meaning is due to that. So this is